fastest show in sports.
Is it fair to say that since they are now completely in bed with the gambling industry, Major League sports, and even to a not much even a lesser extent, but college sports in America simply could never survive again without gambling? It is now a part of their DNA, and it will always remain, and it will grow and increase as we move forward. Yes?
Yeah, but we don't see that many scandals, Ed. Let's be honest. I mean, you
Well,
hear
okay,
about
but hang on. I'll get to that in a second. Let's stay away from the scandals. But for the fact, indeed, it's just the sports themselves. They have
I
gotten
go
so
to games
deeply
and I
in
see
bed.
the draft, the FanDuel, the DraftKings, the BetMGMs, the Bet Rivers. I see all the ads and even the offshores. They're there. So I do think there's no going back now because there's too much.
Can't survive. That's my point. Sports right now, especially if you look at things like the NFL and the NBA, there's no way in hell they could ever survive. If you took the gambling out of their sport right now, you would take away billions of dollars in revenue, and they would collapse.
But
and
what might even be worse, Ed, is college sports. You know, used to be you saw the freshmen come in. So I think there's less than 10 teams that are returning 15 or more starters. Almost, I think like 80% of the teams have 12 or less starters returning. I mean, there's a bunch of teams that have 14 to 16 projected starters that are transfers from other schools. You have no background with these kids. It used to be when we were in Miami, you saw Warren Sapp. Started off as a tight end. He progressed to a defensive lineman and then ends up becoming a star by the time his junior or senior season. So there's something about that love. And I used to go to Dolphin games and following a guy's career. And then you got free agency, and free agency led to, NIL. So to me, there's not the love that it used to be.
It is now a financial break, a financial issue for all of the sports leagues to get involved. Now, then, that goes to the next part where you talked about, and you mentioned a moment ago, that there's not that many scandals. But can we not say that because they are so deeply in bed with the gambling element in America right now, there will be more scandals? And every major league out there has got to spend a hell of a lot more time worrying about where the fixing is coming from. And not only that, hey, Lee, I'll tell you what, I wouldn't doubt whatsoever, and I can't prove this at all, this is complete supposition on my part, that there are people involved in major league sports, in every single sport, if they are at the C level, that top level of management, and they sniff something about a fix being in, I say in complete assuredness that some people are going to bury it. They won't come out and they won't say it.
Look at Tim Donaghy, the whole, that was unofficial. So, it's going to happen. I thought there would be a few less occurrences than we're seeing. I mean, you would think someone making $800,000, $1 million a year, most of the minimums for the major sports, that's what it's at. You would think you'd keep your mouth shut and not tell anyone about anything that could jeopardize your career. But there's stupid people everywhere.
It's the excitement, Lee.
It happened. Look what's going on with our politicians. There's probably, I'm guessing, 70 to 80% get stock tips. They're making a fortune. So maybe that's
and those are illegal too in many ways.
Right.
There's a number of those that are completely illegal that are pretty much left buried. There are people in a position of power that are burying those constantly on Wall Street to the White House and every state government. But from a sports aspect, we go back again to the Cleveland Guardians right now with two of their players being under investigation. And you also have, I believe it's Malik Beasley in the NBA. The NBA cleared him, but the feds are still in there. They're not willing to drop that case yet. It makes me believe that in order to protect the sport itself, look, if you're sitting there, Lee, you got a choice. We heard that XX is gambling against his team. We got two choices. We can either get in there and we can make it public right now, or we can look the other way. And we can hope that it's just an occasional bet here and there, and it goes away. You and I both know that there's people making both decisions. Even though one is completely wrong, they'll bury that sucker as quickly as they can. And that's the concern, Lee, that this stuff is going to break out even more, and it's going to become destructive to a lot of sports. Because there's some people saying we don't even need to get involved in it. Let's hope it goes away.
Right.
They've done it before.
I think the cases are not, we're not talking about someone betting $5 or $10 million on a game. Most of these cases are under $50,000.
Well, yeah, they started drips and drabs, but it could be a whole lot worse.
Oh, I mean, Tim Donahay's case got pretty big, but most of the cases or recent cases are in-game betting or betting on player props, and they didn't involve even hundreds of thousands of dollars. So there's always going to be something on everything. I'm not happy about it. Don't like to see it happen to the sport, but in everything, every single, I mean, you know, you got things going on in high school. You got teachers sleeping with students in every single, you know, I hate to break, almost every single type of thing that goes on in society, there's problems. Nothing's going to be 100% or foolproof.
Look, I'll tell you what, I know I know one incredibly degenerate gambler who I've been friends with for years. He bets on high school football. I mean, I stunned when he told me that. He said, yeah, I got a bet on X over X. I said, what are you doing? It's high school football. He says, yeah, but it's a really good team, and it's a really great matchup, and I got good odds.
I mean, I see it. I go to some games in Miami, you know, some of the Central versus Northwestern games. I see people gambling on that, but I've never done it. Doesn't interest me. I'm not gonna go there. I wait until they hit the college side. So, you know, I want a sport where now people are getting paid like colleges. It's become, you know, these kids are getting paid, and that to me is maybe a bigger problem. You got kids coming in as starters, you know, from the previous season, and then someone else comes in from another school as a freshman or another school, and you're paying a kid $500,000, $1 million, you know, and they don't pan out. Then you got bigger problems going on, you know, with your team.
That's all, folks.